Oh, yeah, sorry guys, happens to me every time. Hope you guys didn't party too hard last night. So yeah, good morning everybody. Today I'll be speaking to how big brands will lose or win in Web3. So first, a little bit about myself. I'm Sean Lee, co-founder and CEO of Magic. I've been around for some time in dev tools and infrastructure space. So if you're a builder, you may be familiar with the little whale icon on your menu bar. That's my baby. I sold my first company to Docker, which later became Docker Desktop, and currently used by millions of developers a month. I fell into the Ethereum rabbit hole in 2016. End of 2016. Instead of just speculating on cryptocurrencies, the idea to run anything on a decentralized world computer was very inspiring. So yeah, that motivated me to start a company in the space to build the essential infrastructure to help onboard the mainstream users to Web3 and show them the capabilities of this new world computer. To date, we've onboarded more than 20 million new users to Web3 and 130,000 developers, while working with some of the top dApps and trailblazing companies. We are in an extremely tumultuous market right now, right? Macro and micro. But what we're really seeing from our conversation with enterprises is that we're having a very different experience. We've seen an unprecedented amount of interest from enterprises wanting to enter Web3 with a Web3 strategy. We've seen this across all industries like music, gaming, retail, luxury brands, sports. They're all experimenting kind of new revenue routes to expand into Web3. And yeah, I feel like onboarding enterprises is really the most pragmatic way to get a bunch of mainstream users into Web3 by leveraging their large user base and brand. So I'd like to share 4 challenges we're seeing with Web3 enterprise adoption. First, may not come as a surprise. Pretty much technology innovation should be going forward, not backward. If you've experienced getting onboarded with MetaMask or other browser extensions, it's great for the 1% crypto native users, but not necessarily complete newbies into the space who have no idea what's going on. Telling them to jump through the hurdles, download an app, writing down their seed phrases is just a no-go for a lot of these users. The equivalent of this in Web 2 is asking users to set up their own email SMTP server before being able to send their first email. So that's kind of ridiculous. I feel like the status quo of Web 3 currently is leaving hundreds of millions of users on the table while obsessing and optimizing for the 1% crypto native users. Problem 2, many solutions out there aren't enterprise ready. What I mean by that is reliability, performance or scalability, and security. Enterprises don't trust companies without security and compliance audits. How many can have external agencies examine their controls, such as SOC 2 Type 2, CCPA, GDPR? Companies really need a reliable wallet solution and infrastructure that can scale to meet really high demands. For example, a really high volume drop from a really popular brand that will get sold out in less than a few minutes. The next problem I like to share is, of course, there's a lot of hype and speculation in the NFT market, and there's not a lot of projects with great real utility. This requires a lot of creativity or innovation that give value to customers, not just in Web 3, but also in the Web 2 realm. I have to do this, but yeah, it's with this whole FTX thing, we've seen an increased interest from enterprises who are interested in a non-custodial solution. We need to create almost a zero trust system where companies never see the private keys at any part of the flow, and it's not sort of a central point of failure. The one thing we got Sam to thank for is, FTX really drove alignment between the enterprises and end users, because now the enterprises are wanting non-custodial solutions as well, instead of just being OK with fully licensed custodians. So as Magic, we've been on a mission to reduce this barrier of entry since 2019 and bring the next billion users to Web3. What Magic is that it's a SDK that creates Web3 wallets using Web2 login, say with an email or social login, plus an option to apply multi-factor auth for extra security. So no downloads, no seed phrases. We also work with quite a few payments partners to provide full stack Web3 onboarding, such as fiat on-ramp and NFT checkout. To be compatible with enterprises' requirements on security, reliability, and scale, users' wallets are managed by our patented enterprise-ready non-custodial solution, where we can provide a Web2-style login, but while giving the benefit of a non-custodial infrastructure that is SOC 2 Type 2, CCPA, and GDPR compliant. It is continuously battle tested externally and internally through our pen testing programs. So in this setup, to oversimplify, Magic doesn't exert any direct control over users' private keys. The keys are generated within a client's iframe, and Magic never sees the keys in any part of the flow. Plus, users can export their keys at any time. Not only Magic is enterprise, it's a great enterprise solution. It's also easy to learn, and it just takes a couple lines of code to implement as a developer. It works right out of the box if you use Web3.js or Ethers.js. We support over 20 blockchains, including Polygon, Flow, Solana, and many languages and frameworks across web and mobile platforms. So yeah, here are some examples of the NFT launches we've done. Hot Wheels with Mattel, the Parade NFT with Macy's. Through our partner Nifty's, we've launched NFTs for Game of Thrones, Matrix, Shark Week, and Nat Geo with Snow Crash. So all of these pretty much sold out really, really quickly. So hence, proving why performance and throughput is extremely important for this. Yeah, some case studies. Why the Mattel integration was really successful is they pretty much abstracted away as much Web3 as possible. So it almost feels like an entirely Web2 experience where our key management can be plugged right into their own identity and auth system. So yeah, as a result, over 300,000 Hot Wheels NFTs were purchased, whereas there's 50,000 new unique wallets generated by Magic. Also, in Web3, we work with our partner Immutable X on their Passport, which is a branded wallet experience that can be accessed across games and marketplaces. And also for Macy's, we were powering their virtual fundraiser that they will be having in the next year's event. So yeah, with large enterprises getting into the space, there's an opportunity to capture billions of users and get them to the space. Therefore, we're all making Web3 much bigger as a pie instead of just focusing on that 1%. Web3 really opens so much more possibilities and opportunities than Web2. Like consumers can become investors, renters can become owners, players can become earners, users can become builders. The world is becoming more fluid and like water. So yeah, to wrap this up, this is a pretty big week. We have a bounty program if you want to use Magic. We'll be splitting $5,000 among 3 winners. And also, if you scan the QR code, you can access our NFT developer starter pack. So it's got a lot of nice content and resources to help you get started. So you can visit us at our booth. It's really close to the coffee stations. Myself and our team would be happy to speak with you. Yeah, thank you so much. You can find out more about Magic at magic.link. Thank you.